Hi, this is Tony Ruggiero here on the Tour Coach Podcast, where we bring you the best mental coaches, fitness experts, teachers, players, everything from my journey in the game of golf to help you learn to play better golf, teach better golf, and enjoy the game. Come on in, we're going to have some fun. So joining us here, another tour coach live from Oakmont or a bar.
Bill's Bar.
Nearby, Bill's Bar. Our waitress, Jen, outstanding so far, with Emilio Gonzalez. We're here with Emilio, Dr. Greg Cartin, and myself joining us Tuesday, day of prep. Emilio, first of all, congratulations on getting here. Super cool. Super proud of you. And, man, tell us about the week so far.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a super enjoyable walk. Played the front nine Monday. Then today played the back nine and got some good work in the last few days. And, it's just a really fun test, obviously really hard. Something that I've never faced before, honestly, as a tournament. But just super excited for an opportunity to prove myself that I can compete anywhere. And obviously just with a message really clear for me this week is no matter what the result, obviously I'm going to learn. If it's a great week with a great result, I'll learn a bunch. And if it's not, I still will. And that'll always help me for future opportunities like this.
I think I told you first many, and I told Greg this on the way last week. We were chatting or we were texting, and I was sitting there. Jackson helped me count. You're the 9th player I've taken to their first major, which I don't know if that's a lot or not. But
yeah, I would say so.
And I started thinking of all of them, right?
Yeah.
And you start thinking, and to me, I've also been with guys at majors who had been to multiple majors or whatever. And it's awesome doing that, but there's certainly a cool thing about accompanying a player and watch them play at their first major championship. It really is a cool thing. And Greg and I commented on this yesterday. When it's your first major, you're happy to be here. Yeah. And you're not bitching, you're not complaining, you're not whatever. You're excited about being here.
Yeah.
And that's refreshing for those of us helping you, coaching you, being around. And I think we as a team feed off of it, that you're excited and you're happy to be here. We're excited, happy to be here. And on the way here, you said of all the U.S. Opens you've been to, which one did you like, have the most fun of? And I mean it. Like last night, may or may not have had a couple cocktails. Last night I've had a blast with you here at Oakmont.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty special because, this is my first one, like you said. And it's like a really cool place to have your first one. Right. I feel like I got pretty lucky there.
Yeah.
So definitely have that perspective for that.
Greg, if you don't mind, what do you tell to a player or to Emilio that's making their first major? I like what he's saying about enjoy. I was curious when you found out and you said it. Just so you know, when you made it, our text chain going back and forth, me and him, Jack, everybody's like, "You go?" And Greg's like, "Are you going?" I said, "Duh, you dumbass! Of course I'm going." Are you? But anyways, and you were like, what were your thoughts right then to help with him?
It's really fun to see, like, the wonder in your eye, or like a new guy's like, "Whoa, this is so cool!" Even though the game is still the same.
Yeah. Hold this up a little more.
It's a different stage. And guys will say, "Well, what do you tell guys to help them prepare to get ready for Thursday?" I'm like, there isn't anything. You just don't know. It's a lot to take, and I think that can actually be comforting, right? To know that whatever you're feeling when you show up on Thursday and tee it up is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Whether it's nerves or excitement or anxiety or fear or nothing, that's okay, because nobody knows what to expect when it's their first one, and everyone treats them a little bit differently. But what you're trying to accomplish does not change.
Great practice round group today.
Yeah.
Take us through who we had. I know we had Emiliano Grillo, Bobby Diaz.
Yeah, and Nico Echevarria.
Yeah. I wanted you to say
what Tony says it too.
Nico Echevarria. And I thought when the pairings came out, super cool pairing for you.
Yeah.
Be able to play with your friend and sort of a mentor on tour, Bobby Diaz, who's had some success and he's working his way back now. You two are paired together, 2 of the 3 in the first round. Either that or Donald Trump's going to send ICE to pick y'all up on the front 9, 2 Mexican tour players. But that ought to be the sound clip I'll put on Instagram, right? But so it's one of the 2. It's either going to be a great experience or we're going to be calling a lawyer at 2:40. So one of the 2. But anyways, what you got to be excited about that.
Yeah, like I on the Corn Ferry Tour, I've played a bunch of practice rounds with him. We like to go hang out, have dinner. Just a guy that I really enjoy being around. We have a good time together. And then his caddy is a close friend of mine too, so which is awesome to see as well. Which is funny enough, Bobby's cousin. But yeah, it's a great opportunity at an awesome place. I mean, I can't ask for a debut in a major at a better spot. It almost feels like.
I made this comment half joking. All right, here's Jen with our. We're live, but Jen's delivering the pretzel. Oh no, you're waving to the fans. Wave to everybody. Just say, "Hey, I'm Jen."
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, and
thank you.
Thank you.
We jokingly, as Greg has said, he's becoming very big in Mexico as a mental.
He's growing.
But we were joking, and I said, like, we joke at that, but that is how the tours are. Things work on tour. And one thing I've noticed more so with you was how close the community of Latin American players are.
Yeah.
How you hang out together, you speak. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And really notice that and how close you guys are. And it's very cool. Like, it's also cool, like how a lot of the Latin players that I wouldn't even say I necessarily know come up and like say hi to me and stuff because they know I coach you. I think that's a cool thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you realize today was the first day I met Emiliano.
Really?
And
Didn't seem like it.
yeah, and we had a blast, like had a good time together.
He called you a superstar, by the way. He did. He told me this kid's a superstar.
Yeah.
And somebody like Emiliano, I don't think you'd say that if.
Yeah, and Emiliano was a good time. He trash talks a lot. He enjoys having a good time. He can play, and he's competitive, and but nice at the same time. Like it was definitely a treat playing with Nico too. I don't know. It's cool that knowing that me and Bobby got into the event through sectionals, and still being kind and saying, "Hey guys, like you want to tag along and play a practice round?" Like things don't change just because they've playing the PGA Tour for the last few years.
Yeah,
we haven't.
agree.
It just makes it a little more laid back. Practice rounds are still fun, even though you're playing a hard ass golf course. Like it's already hard enough. Don't make it like miserable out there.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I want to comment on that because I this happened today on the golf course. There were 2 occasions standing on a tee box, and you guys are looking like you're playing a casual round on a Sunday afternoon together, and how people in the crowds, wow, these guys look like they're having a really good time, right? They expect like you show up to a course like this and it's a major and everyone's grinding out there, and you guys were playing well. You were having fun and playing well.
Yeah.
Right? It's cool to see that.
And I like, so when I do picks and stuff like that, I like seeing guys on the range that look like they're having fun and look relaxed versus the guys that look like they're getting beat up. One of my picks this week is going to be Sepp Straka. We all know, obviously, Sepp, long time ago. I worked with Sepp a little bit. He was having a blast, and he was talking about going to play late because nobody would be out there, and he could whiz around tomorrow and stuff like that. I think that's a trait. You look at the people that they, a lot of the folks to contend, they're enjoying being out there versus like it's work.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, funny enough, out of the people that I've picked their brains about this, instead of just like players I'm talking about, instead of just like trying to figure it out on my own and like let it soak in, it's like everyone's like, I guess it's still the same game, like Greg is saying, and you don't have to do anything different. I guess the only things that are different maybe is like like the shots that you have to practice around the greens or your approach shots, just being more deliberate with like what your strategy is in the golf course, just because it's more demanding. But it doesn't mean that you have to spend 12 hours out there and like feel like you got to be like locked in every single second out there. Like, I don't know, like I think it takes a lot of the enjoyment out of it if you're in a place like that, you know.
Well, let's you said it. It's a hard ass golf course.
Yeah.
We played the back nine today. You played the back nine. We walked. Take us through the back nine a little bit of some of the shots and the holes and the things that you think are hard and that people could watch for and that you're thinking about as you prepare.
I mean, it might be the best finishing three. Well, the entire back nine is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but the
entire 18 last holes.
The 16th, 17th, and 18th hole are like so hard but so fair at the same time. You know, 17 is a beautiful drivable par 4 that like
you can still easily make bogey or double up.
Like I hit a great drive. I mean, I hit a great drive today, and like I hit it. I thought like in a great spot, and I was in the bunker that's 15 feet deep, and you got the green right, like running away from you downwind as well. It's like you can easily miss the green from there as well, even though you're like just right there in front of the green. It's a narrow green. Just the shots that it requires, you got to be so precise, and it's just awesome.
Yeah.
18 might be the best finishing hole I've ever played. Like it was long par 4, pumping into the wind. But such a fair hole, you know, like it's a fairly wide fairway. If you don't hit the fairway, obviously you're kind of screwed, but it's a pretty tough green. But if you do your job, you're going to have a birdie putt.
Well,
to some degree.
And obviously, weather plays a factor. I think the fairways are fairly generous for a U.S. Open. Rough is overly penal.
Yeah.
Greens are going to be extremely quick. But if it was breezy this afternoon, no more rain, doesn't look like till Saturday, that place is going to start firming up, and those greens, what did you say they're going to try to get them
to? They're 14 right now. They're aiming at having it Thursday through Sunday at 15.
Yeah. That's slicker than owl shit on the brass doorknob right there. But, I mean, it's true.
It's quick.
All right, so 17, this drivable par 4, 18, great finishing hole, 16.
240 par 3.
240 par 3.
I'm usually not a fan of really long par 3s. But, like, 16, I thought was, like, still a really fair hole. The green is wide enough.
Yeah.
Like, if you miss it.
What'd you hit in there?
A 3-wood. I mean, it was pumping pretty good into the wind there. But hit a nice shot to, like, whatever, 30 feet. But, like, it's hard to hit the middle of the green because it's got, like, a small tier, and it splits the green in two. But, like, the entire right side, like, it's thick rough, but at least it gives you a chance to, if you hit a good shot, you can get up and down.
Yeah.
I'm not saying easily, but, like, it's the place to be. Or short, too. Short, I thought, like, it was a really severe false front. But it's just, like, it'll stay in the front of the green at least, and you can make it work.
Right.
But, like, yeah, I mean, just 3 really good finishing holes where, like, I don't know if many courses have that, like, to finish a championship like that. It's pretty cool.
So 10 to 12, what did you think of 10 to 12?
I mean, I think 10 is it's one of the narrowest fairways, I think. Mm-hmm. But at least it's downwind, and, like, you have to pitch it in the top of the hill. But, like, if you get it in the rough or one of those bunkers, like, you're really far from the green, and then there's that ditch that you gotta cover. I don't even know if you can cover that from the rough. If you think about it,
that would be tough.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna hit? I think we talked.
It's a 3-wood.
It's a 3-wood.
If it firms up, even maybe a 7-wood.
Yeah.
3-wood down. 3-wood downwind would be right where you were today, down that little neck.
I thought as that thing firms up and how much it ran out today.
Yeah.
If it keeps getting firmer, I mean, I think it could be a 7-wood. I really do. And talk about the approach shot, like how far you could have in, but how short you can play it because how firm and fast and the slope is running down.
Yeah, both the first and the 10th hole. it's like a flat fairway, but then like from 200 yards out of the green, the fairway just pitches straight downhill. And if you're in the fairway from 200 yards out in the 10th hole, you can't land it even on the green. You got to land it 20, 25 yards short of the green and let it just tumble out.
Part about this one.
Yeah.
It is your ability to judge how much to miss the green by.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair.
What? That's hard for people.
No, it's hard for tour players. Like you literally have. There's some of those holes you can't land the ball on the green.
I mean, we're used to like saying like, "Oh, land it in the front." Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like here, you land it in the front is like the worst spot you can land it on because it's like this most severe downslope, so it's just gonna knuckle up to the back of the green or like over the green.
I got a question for you, and this is something that would be interesting. What's this being your first major, and probably the hardest golf course you've ever played?
Yeah.
What's the biggest surprise so far for you? Or is there a surprise? Is there something you've been surprised about?
I guess my surprise has been that I thought it was gonna feel different, but like it doesn't. Once I grabbed the golf club, every day at least it's felt like yesterday and today. I just get to the range, grab the club for the first time, and it's like, oh, it's still the same game, you know? I am in a different place, but like you realize immediately, like still the same game. You got in the practice round. You do feel different, like maybe a little more nervous in a practice round than usual. But
There's certainly probably more people at your practice round today than there are at the Corn Ferry event.
Yeah, I was telling Bobby earlier today. It's like I don't think I've ever even seen in a Sunday in a Corn Ferry event that many people.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's real.
That is different.
It's different, but cool at the same time. It's like that's what we aim for. That's where I want to be. What I want to be playing on. And it's just special to finally have that first.
Yeah. So 13 to 15. Take us through 13 to 15 in the shots.
Yeah. 13. Oh, what a phenomenal par 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a beautiful hole.
Yeah, that's a beautiful hole. Hit a 6-iron today. It was in
unbelievably though. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. But tough green. It's probably one of the toughest ones. It's got a lot of. I mean, I guess you could say it pitches back to front, but it's got other slopes in the middle of the green that divides the green in sections. And with the greens being so quick, like if you miss it in a pretty tough spot around that green, even to make 4 is like an accomplishment. So you really got to be careful with a shot that you decide and just controlling your distance with that approach shot.
Yeah.
14 is a beautiful short par 4. It's like 375 yards, but super narrow fairway and
Big lips on those fairway bunkers.
Big lips in those bunkers, really thick rough. The green's actually not crazier. It's one of the flattest greens on the course. But I mean, funny enough, you got to talk about these things. But when you guys came up to me and said, "Hey, like just for you to be aware, like the right rough and the right bunkers are so much better than the left ones in that hole, just because like at least you're pitched higher in the fairway and you can get it out further than like the left
Or
ones."
how about this? That you'd rather you play less clubs so that you could be in the middle of the fairway bunker versus the front of the fairway.
No,
Right.
exactly. Like you got to think about those things. Like the driver gets you to the lip of the bunkers,
Right. Which you can't.
and
play
you
that.
can't cover the bunkers either. It's like almost pointless.
Yeah.
And the 3-wood, if you somehow don't hit the fairway by some reason,
You may have a
at
shot.
least you have a shot. Like at least you have a normal fairway bunker shot, and you're not just chipping out sideways to the fairway.
That's great.
Yeah. And what was 15?
Oh, just a 630-yard par 5.
Yeah, that was it's like 520 par 4.
Was an impossible green. No, that was.
Yeah, 15 is a par 4. Yeah.
I'm thinking of 12.
Yeah, 15, that was a long hole. I piped the drive and had it was a little downwind, but like same thing. We were trying to land the ball 30 yards short of the green to like just keep it on.
Yeah.
Emiliano hit before me out of the first cut. And he landed it like 15 yards short of the front, and his ball is still tumbled into the like back rough of the middle of the green, and the pin was at the front. Yeah, I mean, that's like you said, like we're just not used to that.
Right.
Even if it's a front pin, if anything, you're like, maybe land it in the front. That's it.
But I think that, and you hear this saying all the time, but the people that are successful here get better at hitting shots that they're uncomfortable with and that they don't normally have to hit. Right. And commit to it, because like you said, you're going to have to hit shots that you're not trying to hit it off the green. You're going to have to, you just go hit a variety of shots. And like the short game shots around there, there's also going to have to be times that you're going to have to be disciplined. Yeah. And maybe not even play towards the hole and hit it 25, 30 feet.
I like for guys to ask themselves the question, in a situation where you have a really difficult chip shot from around the green, what's the worst acceptable score I should make here?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds silly to ask you that like you're 100% right. Like,
but if you can play that way, so right, there'll be a shot where, hey, if I get this on the green,
yeah, it's almost like take the stress out of it. Like, and you forget about like the cute shot or like trying to somehow somehow get it close and not have to stress with a long putt for par or whatever. Right. I feel like everyone's gonna face that at least once this week.
Yeah.
I mean, more than once probably, but you can have, even if you're like 15 feet away from the hole and you have a terrible lie from the rough, like if it runs away from you, there's no chance you're stopping that ball unless it hits the flag.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it'll be definitely.
The secret to Oakmont is you just got to hit a lot of flag sticks when you're chipping, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, but I guess that's gonna be the most fun part about it, like who adapts the most and who's more patient with that kind of stuff. Obviously, the thing that matters the most is like you got to do everything well, right? It doesn't matter, but like the mental grind is gonna be that. Like when you make a mistake, as you will. What decision are you going to make and how do you react to that? Right.
And like I said to you and Bobby and I were joking about, like, if you got off and you bogeyed the first couple holes of Corn Ferry event, you feel like you're 28 behind.
Yeah.
Right. Here you're right in the mix. Right. Like, so understand it, it's different.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be good at convincing yourself and telling yourself and get your brain to understand that
bogeys are going to be okay sometimes.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah. You make a point, and like I want to say that I'm aware of that. I mean, it's still not Thursday, right? But like that's one of my goals, right? Like being as patient as I can be.
And that's Nani's job to help you with.
Yeah, and I spoke to him already about it. It's like, hey man, like don't be afraid of like confronting me if you think I'm being way too hard on myself over like, I mean, because you can make bogeys out here without really hitting a bad shot. You know,
bogeys. You
like
can
that's
make
the
bogeys
thing.
hit good shots.
And like where I've been playing the last few months of the Corn Ferry Tour, like that doesn't happen. Like maybe sometimes it's golf, right? But like out here, you can hit a decent drive, barely trickles into the rough. Like you're probably gonna make bogey, and that happens. It's part of the game, and especially with this test.
I mean, you can hit a really good drive in the fairway and hit a good iron shot and miss by a pace or two either way.
You could hit 18 greens and shoot over par.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Like you cannot miss a fairway out here and still shoot over par because like if you don't hit it close, you have some really crazy lag putting. And if you're not sharp there.
By the way, who won a wine on our lag putting drill today? This guy.
You gave him a pretty unfair number to shoot for. One?
Okay. Hey, I was thirsty. Emilio, awesome stuff. I think Greg seconds this. We're proud of you. Super excited about. We know this won't be the last. We're all together, but super excited about being here with you on the first. And enjoy the rest of the week and let's have some fun.
Absolutely. I'm really excited, and thanks guys for being here.